the moment you are at the interview stage, it means that you've been selected.
Yeah.
Put that in your mind that you've been selected. For you to get to the interviewing stage,
reviewers have learnt your story and they want to learn more about you. So see it as a platform to express yourself.
I'm just going to tell them, just introduce me, let them see my face.
Yeah.
What is the face behind those writers, that essays they've been receiving?
Yeah.
And so look out for that positive information that can help you stay confident. I recorded this statement and I played it over and over and over until it stuck with me that I've been selected.
InfoGap TV.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from. Welcome to InfoGap TV. Today I'm your very own host, Keith May. I'm doing my master's program in international forestry and I'm with my very amazing bench today, Michael Ochem and Robert Chadama. They'll give an introduction in a bit. And behind the cameras, we have Roland. So to the bench, tell us something about you, Michael.
Yeah, my name is Michael, as you indicated, Michael Ochem. I'm a current MCF scholar with the University of British Columbia, reading Master of Sustainable Forest Management.
And
Thank you for the opportunity. I am Robert La from Ghana and I'm currently reading Masters of Land and Water Systems here at University of British Columbia.
Nice. And today we'll be having a very awesome conversation on how to make your scholarship interview count, how to ace it and how to prepare for it, what to do during the interview, and approach and reflection. How best do you prepare for it? How best do you take it? And what is the best way for you to ensure that that 5, that 30, that 15 minutes of your interview counts towards your scholarship? And right into it. We will be talking about the first part, preparation. The second part will be during the interview. And finally, how do you approach it and how do you reflect upon it at the end of it? So the first question is, what does preparing for an interview look like? And what were some of the the most important steps you took, Michael, to prepare for your scholarship interview?
Yeah, thank you so much for this question and for the opportunity also to share our experiences and how we've gone through this same process that we are talking about here. Yeah, preparing for an interview is quite somewhere. It's just something that you have to know you can do it. Yeah, and in fact, the preparation starts from the mind and that willingness and that's that thinking that, hey, I can do it. I've made it from applications up to this very point. And so you can sail through. And so it starts from the mind and having that kind of mindset and then making that readiness within your mind. And that is where your preparation must start from. Before you even look out for materials. Because if you don't have that kind of mindset and you are looking for, where can I find a sample of interview questions or whatever, you are going to miss it. Because for all you know, questions are being shuffled over the years. And so you may meet a question that didn't appear in whatever sample that you got. All right. And so that readiness is very important.
So Michael touched on a very important note, which is your mindset. First of all, when you are being shortlisted for any scholarship, whether MasterCard scholarship or any form of scholarship, because at this stage of every man's life, especially if you are a fresh graduate or maybe you're somebody who have been applying to schools, applaud yourself. You've gone through about tens of thousands of competitors.
Yeah.
Right? And then for your application to be shortlisted for to be called, maybe hello, Blessing, maybe Eunice or somebody, we are calling you for an interview. It means that you've gone. So first of all, applaud yourself. Be very proud of yourself. Yeah. Now, secondly, he has mentioned that shopping. So with that mentality, you are a winner. You are there to win. Now, the other thing you want to know that what's the essence of the interview? Reviewers have learnt your story and they want to learn more about you. So see it as a platform to express yourself, because first you were just writing. So know what you wrote in your essays, and most importantly, in the preparation stage, you have the answers figured, but get somebody to have a mock interview with you. Because at times you have the answer, you feel like this is the best answer, but if you spell it out, you realize that you have to
Nice. So you have to prepare your mindset. You have to appreciate. First of all, before even prepare your mindset, you have to applaud yourself for getting into the interview.
Yeah.
Then prepare your mindset for it. Then know what you wrote in your scholarship. And Michael, you said something about how doing research, and this one I'll throw it right to Robert. How do you do research to prepare for your interview? What do you look at influence your answers?
Yeah, for you to even get to this stage of the interview, that for the scholarship foundation or maybe the particular scholarship secretariat, if it's Chevening, if it is MasterCard, if it is maybe Commonwealth, you know more about them. That's why you've been able to even close to that far.
Yeah.
So, the next target for me personally, I'll do is to look at the current scholars. Profile them. At times, you go and look at their profiles, everybody is telling a story in a particular direction. So, you check, maybe I go and Google Michael Ochem, Kate May. Look at their profile on the scholarship website. How did the scholarship even approve of that profile? Because some of the scholars, they have been featured on their website.
Yeah.
So I would want to know how did they even tell their story there. That's my first point.
Yeah.
Now from there, I would see whether I can get a connection to give me some tips. Because in this scholarship application, without a mentor, without anybody to guide you, most of the times it becomes a bit difficult.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding, God is the first mentor to all of us. So for me, the first research is profile the current scholars, and the second, they get somebody who have passed through the system. But where you are going, if somebody have been there before. My first interview with Malcolm and Bain, that was the scholarship I sat on for 5 hours. That I failed. I realized that I can talk, I can communicate. So let me just be out before the camera and talk. Fortunately for me, I went with a colleague. We were shortlisted for the African level from Care University. When I listened to the lady, the way I'm talking, the way the lady is talking, is different. Then I asked her, yeah, how did you do it? She was like, oh, somebody reading his PhD, who is mentoring me. She prepared me for this interview. I was like, no.
So it's not about just talking.
So it's not just about talking.
Yeah.
There's a particular story.
There's a particular storyline that you must be able to go through. So to anybody watching this, please, regardless of your preparation, either you get a beneficiary or get somebody you feel like this person is a pro, this person has gone ahead of me. And lo and behold, my second interview for MasterCard, I told myself I can't resist this. So I got somebody, Stephen Ofori and Mr. Mwako and the others who prepared me. And for my mentor, Mr. Prosper from Arusha, Ghana. I mean, the tips and the kind of guidance they gave me, I told I was like, no, this thing, I'm nailing it. And then when you present to them, they ask you the question, Robert, tell us about yourself. You answer, you feel like, no. The feedback that I feel like you've done nothing. You get it? Because you are competing with a lot of numbers. So please, mentorship matters. So get a mentor in your research to guide you on.
Yeah. So aside from profiling the previous scholars and profiling the scholarship mission and goals and everything, make use of the mock interviews and make use of the mentorship that you have to ensure you ace the scholarship interview. To the next set, I know when we are preparing, when we have gotten a notification that, of course, this is something that I'm going to do, I've gone to the next step. I've uploaded myself, I've gotten ready, but there is one thing, anxiety and nervousness. Like, I know when even when you sit in front of that camera, you will be very nervous, you will be very anxious. How did that one affect you, and how did you manage? How did you stay calm? How did you stay confident during the interview?
Yeah. Feel free, if you are anxious, feel free and be anxious. Yeah, it's one of the things that makes your interview look natural.
Yeah.
Don't try to keep that kind of, or don't try to restrain yourself from being anxious. That will make you more anxious.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So just relax and feel free. Okay. Know that you will be anxious, and you will be. Look, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. The moment the questions pop up and you see your face in the camera and your time starts ticking, anxiety will set in.
Yeah.
It makes your interview natural, because it is also one of the things that your funders or your reviewers are looking out for. They are looking out for how natural you are. They are looking out for how you present yourself in a natural state, not in an artificial state. They want to see whether you are not reading from somewhere, or you've used whatever to generate something, and You see, so just feel free. Let your words flow like that. If there are breakages in your wordings or in your answers or something like that, you shouldn't get worried about that. Because I remember during my interview, yeah, there were things like that. But one of the things that I looked out for was that they wanted to see how natural you are, and all that, and that you did not steal from somewhere. But be as organic. It's so organic to be anxious, and so just feel free, and all that. Yes.
Robert, you want to add?
Yeah, guys, anxiety is natural. As my brother said, regardless of how you prepare, you'll be anxious. But one thing is approach it in such a way that they are just there to learn about you. So if you're going in an interview, put in mind, they are not there to pull you down. If you put that mind that, oh, they're just there to find my mistakes. No, they're not interested in the mistakes. They are interested in your story. They want to learn your passion, the energy you are talking with.
Yeah.
You are saying that, okay, I'm interested about food security. I'm interested in human nutrition. And they are asking questions about what you are doing and things that you have done. But you can't identify any sense of passion and even, interest in what you are doing. Tell them your story. Yeah. What is the worst thing that will happen?
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
And moreover, one thing that also really helped during the interview was some sample videos I saw on some of the scholarship websites on the interviews they've had with past awardees.
Yeah.
And one of them said something that I also recorded. Please look out for the positive information that can help you stay confident.
Yeah.
Yes, because there was this guy, I think I've forgotten the name now. He said something. He said that someone told him that for this very scholarship, the moment you are at the interview stage, it means that you've been selected.
Yeah.
Put that in your mind that you've been selected. For you to get to the interviewing stage, you've been selected. I recorded this statement and I played it over and over and over until it stuck with me that I've been selected. I'm just going to tell them, let them see my face.
Yeah.
What is the face behind those essays they've been receiving?
Yeah.
And so look out for that positive information that can help you stay confident and then keep the anxiety also. I think that would also.
And I think I'll go to one thing that you guys can tell me. How did you adjust to handle any tough question or unexpected situation? Because I know some interviews that are just you speaking to the camera, nobody is there. And some interviews are like, it's a give and take. They ask you, you give. You ask, they give, And some you're just talking to the camera. So how did you adjust to handle any tough questions and such dynamics? Just one tip from everyone.
The tip I'll give to anybody watching us is that don't throw your answers about.
Okay.
In answering scholarship interviews, it should be structured either the STAR approach or the PAR approach. The STAR approach is more or less like you reframing it to PAR. What was the problem? What was the action? What was the results? So they ask you, hello Robert, can you tell us about any community initiative you started? Don't just go about, so I was part of a team that blah blah. Let us know what was the problem before time. What were the actions that you took? And what were the results? I remember somebody told me we were in a community where we had issues with electricity in Ghana. And what we did was that I joined an NGO, and as part of my role, I was in charge of the mobilization. So I was able to mobilize some solar panels, of which we were able to install about 500 solar panels. We gave it to 500 households in maybe Adidome. So we realized that the person talked about the problem, which were the lack of electricity. The action was she mobilized. The result was that we were able to give 500 households electricity. So always let your answers be structured. Follow the PAR approach, your problem, your action, and the results. My key thing that I found in my previous interview was that I was throwing the answers about. I've done a lot of things. So my answers were just going up and down. But with this one, with well structured, they can be able to know, this is Robert. I remember one time the judge asked me, so Robert, one word. Then when they ask you one word, it means that the people have failed in getting you. So just give us a word. The moment a panelist asks you in one word, Michael, tell us about yourself. It means that they can't get to who you are.
Yeah.
So please, let our answers be aligned and well focused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's put this thing in our minds. It says, how do you handle tough questions? Please note this. There is no question in this world you can't answer. That's why I don't believe there's any tough question.
Yeah.
Or there's any question that will throw you aboard.
Yeah.
You can't even have anything to say no. For you to get to the interviewing stage, you have answered a lot of questions. You have answered a lot of questions where you can cut bits and pieces of whatever that you've given to them, synergize them, and then produce something out of it.
Yeah.
For you to get to the interview stage, it means you are a smart person. It means you can say something. It means you can cook something for them. All right,
Yeah.
you can cook something for them. So please, how to approach tough questions is to know that there is no tough question.
Yeah.
But that every question that is being posed, I remember during our interviewing stage, there's a question that was so new to me, but I said, no, this question is linked to, when it comes to transformational leadership, I've been hearing these things, but I've not really delved into it. I've not really taken time to really understand what transformational leadership is.
Yeah.
But it's actually what we've been doing. It's actually the little actions we've been taking in our communities to make lives better.
Yeah.
It is all part of transformational leadership.
Yeah.
And so, when you meet a question and you think it is tough, please, it is not tough. Relax, and you will see that there is a component in it that will throw more light and that will give more light to you to really answer.
Nice.
So relax and know that there's no question that is too tough for you.
There is nothing you
Well,
never
you
answer.
are tougher than any question.
You are tougher than any question.
Yes,
That would be my take. You are tougher than any question.
Yeah.
And lastly is, looking back, what do you think was the key factor in or during the interview that helped you win the scholarship that you are
For me, I'll say
having?
mentorship.
Mentorship.
Yeah, because with the mock interview, it really, really helped me. And lo and behold, from that interview and from that past fieldwork, what happened to me is that I've now become a master of that field. And I've also been able to prepare a number of people for interviews. So they answer questions, I'm like, no, don't say it this way, say it that way, right? So mentorship has always been key. And then finally, from my previous experiences guiding people and mentoring for interviews, people tend to speak like, I'm a student. Please, put your student mentality aside. Talk like a professional. Mentorship is key, and please brand yourself.
Michael.
Yeah, I think with what Robert said, mentorship is very key. Mentorship, also one of the key things about mentorship, it helps you stay confident and helps you really stay on top of the game, and then make you expectant of what is ahead of you. And so it is a very key thing. I think all of us we can't, and I think it's the key word we all carry along. Because yes, historically we've all been mentored in the same way, and I think around the same kind of people. Yeah, and so it has really become a key factor in our lives, and then the successes that we are enjoying and all that. And I would add that please stay positive. Stay positive. It's really key. Stay positive. Robert will say that people defeat themselves even before the battle. And then you've been defeated already. You see, if we see defeat in your eyes, defeat in your words, that's why it's also part of the reasons why he's saying put your student aside and speak like a professional. Speak like someone who is on top of the game.
Yeah.
Speak like someone who has impacted some lives before. Yes, at least your words in one way or the other has impacted a life before.
Yeah.
But because you still have that kind of student attire on, you are still talking like somebody who has done nothing. But you've done something.
Yeah.
You've impacted somebody's life with at least one or two words.
Yeah.
And so it's important that you stay confident in that regard. Stay positive, and that would really push you and then make you make some large strides in getting to the goal.
Nice. There you have it, guys. 3 things: mentorship, professionalism, and positivity.
Thank you.
And that is how you ace an interview with whichever scholarship that you're looking into. I hope that this session has spoken to you, and you will be able to make use of whatever we have discussed today into your next interview, and we wish you all the best. Thank you very much from InfoGap TV. Have a nice interview after this. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellows. Thank you.
InfoGap TV.